You're watching the TC MMA podcast.
Now, we're just going to jump around because I'm not even looking at the order today. Let's get to an interesting one here between Trevor Peek and Yanal Ashmouz. For some reason, this fight is trending. Get involved in the comment section. Let me know who you think's going to win this fight. There's people going back and forth on this fight, and I'm highly intrigued. Peek versus Ashmouz. Let's get into it. In the lightweight division at UFC Vegas 97, you gotta love it. Love the lightweight division. Always tough predictions. You got Trevor Peek taking on Yanal Ashmouz. Trevor Peek 9-2, Yanal 7-1. Both guys stand 5'9". Both guys 29 years old. Okay. Peek 2-inch reach advantage. He's a switch stance fighter. Ashmouz fights right-handed, so favor Peek in that one for sure. Also, significant strikes per minute. It's Peek with 4.6 per minute. Ashmouz 3.1. And Peek lands more takedowns, nearly 2 every 3 rounds. Yanal is slightly less than 1. So that's going to be important. Yanal's takedown defense will be important too, and it's just 50%. So, keep that in your hip pocket. Now, Peek lost to Charlie Campbell by decision in his last fight. That's not a good look. Before that, he beat Muhammad Yahya by decision. Okay. Lost to Chepe Mariscal, pretty good fighter, by decision. And won 2 in a row against Eric Gonzalez by KO. And he KO'd Malik Lewis at the Contender Series. So, coming out of the Contender Series, he's 2-2 in the UFC. All right, so we'll see if he's going to pick it up and get going. Ashmouz, on the other hand, lost to Chris Duncan by decision. Beat Sam Patterson by KO at UFC 286. That was back last March 2023, or the previous March. Seems like March was yesterday, but nonetheless, so he hasn't had much action or many fights. So this is an interesting one to predict. Of course, it's going to be a close fight. It's close in the odds, but I still like Trevor Peek to get the job done here. I just think he's better. The numbers look that way. He's still 2-2 since coming out of the Contender Series. You like guys that come through that. 3-1 would be better than 2-2, but he's still getting the experience, and he's going to keep getting better. And this is a fight he's got to prove himself, and I think he will, to move to 10-2 on significant strikes, lightweight division, UFC Vegas 97. Yeah, it's a lightweight division fight, and that makes sense now as to why this fight is trending. It's one of the best divisions, if not the best, in the UFC. A lot of action when these guys go at it. Toughest fights to predict. And that's why I'm dragging it out for 30 seconds while I talk, looking at the numbers again and trying to make a decision. And then if it's very close and I don't have an angle, I'll look at the odds, and then the odds are even, and it's like, oh boy, might as well just pick one here. And Trevor Peek, but very, very close.
He's gon' fight, he's gon' fight. Hold your breath till the end of the night. Last fight of call, UFC at its height. Bringing that thunder with all his might. Saying, step up, wanna fight? Hold up, think twice. Gladiator, assassin, reckless, no abandon. Walk through that cage, he'll leave your ass.